What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Make your next thing a big one. Speaking of entertainment, today on the program, I have Gage Fontenot out there in Texas. Oh, you've heard that name. He's a singer-songwriter out of Texas, and he's, up and coming, getting back on stage and playing for the people. And you're going to get to know a little bit more about Gage Fontenot in the next few minutes. So stick around. This week's shows, let's see. I have two public shows this week. I will be at my usual Friday night gig in at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, the Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yes, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. They got a full bar. The kitchen's open. Good food. Good people. Delicious food. And they got pool tables, 10 diamond-style pool tables at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. So check that out. They got a pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money while you're doing it, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Yeah. And then on Saturday, I will be back at the Choctaw VFW. Now, usually I'm only there about once a month, but I was there last Saturday. It went well. And I was already planning on being there next Saturday because my man Brock needs a little coverage. And he said, can you do my gig on Saturday night at Choctaw VFW? I said, yes, I can. I'll be happy to go there 2 weeks in a row. And they're happy to have me back. They're excited. It was a really good time last Saturday night. And we're going to do it again next Saturday night from I know it's like 9 to 1 is what the official time is, but usually it ends up being 8 o'clock until, 1 or so. I usually get there a little early and get all set up. So the early birds that show up, they get to sing a couple extra times, and that's pretty cool. They got a full bar, good bartender, got some pool tables set up, a big dance floor, all lit up. Yeah, it's a good time over at the Choctaw VFW on Saturday nights. And like I said, I'm usually set up by 8 o'clock. So if you get there a little bit early, and there were people that were waiting there since 5 o'clock. I didn't get there that early, but they were so excited I was coming. They were so sweet. So I was happy that they were there. So they started drinking a little early. I think they got some food over there. So maybe they had a little snack. So the more you eat, the more you could drink. Don't quote me. I don't know. Is it science? Maybe. All right, that's enough intro. Let's get into it with my man Gage Fontenot out there in Texas, in the Fort Worth area. I got him on Skype, so if you're listening to the audio version, I encourage you to check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDAN. Skyping Gage Fontenot now. Well, look who's on my screen or in your ears. It's Gage Fontenot. And how do I know how to pronounce Fontenot? Because I watched your videos on YouTube. Man, you're prolific. You got some stuff. But it's Tony Black told me I need to get with this guy because he's brand new and he's busting out on the scene. Gage Fontenot, what's up?
Trying to, I guess, like bust out on the scene.
Well, give the people an idea of who you are.
Well, of course, my name is Gage Fontenot, like you just said. I am 24 years old. I live in Mansfield, Texas, originally from Louisiana, Mamou, Louisiana, down south. Always kind of had a thing for music. Started with the drums. Started going to church, and that's kind of what led me to pursue music in the other areas. Was church. I led the choir, did all that, guitar, played the piano, did the drums, everything, and so it kind of just went from there. And then I got into country music, and I love doing it. I hope to be able to just make just go full time with it and have career with it.
Well, that's some good beginnings, because a lot of people learn how to sing by singing to the Lord. I mean, if you watch the movie Footloose, the original one with Kevin Bacon, he was trying to make an argument about singing and dancing at church. And John Lithgow playing the preacher, he said, I don't want to need singing and dancing because it leads to sinning. But, the argument was that Kevin Bacon said, what did David do in the Bible? He leaped and danced and sang to the Lord. And that's what he did. And there's a lot of churches that don't worship with music. And, that's fine. You can worship however you want, and you can choose not to worship if you want to. That's, that's freedom. That's what it's all about. I defend your ability not to choose not to, or to choose to in whatever way you want, as long as you're not hurting anybody. Please don't hurt anybody. Please.
No, I'm not hurting anybody.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my loyal listener, because they're kind of shady.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of shady sometimes. I have no idea who's listening to this program. So be good to each other and follow that golden rule. But you grew up in the church, and look, I'm looking up Gage Fontenot, and when you first texted me that Tony Black said I got to call you, and Tony Black said, I got to hear from this guy. Well, I looked up Gage Fontenot, and I'm thinking, there's probably only going to be one. It's a pretty unique name, Gage Fontenot. But you're from Louisiana, and I think like every other person in Louisiana might be a Fontenot, because do you have a lot of relatives?
I've got quite a few, actually. I've got,
Well, I'm guessing you keep music in the family, because I'm looking. Okay, of course I'm stalking you on your Facebook page, and you got Chris Fontenot there helping you to set up
that's my father.
He's setting up a drum kit.
Yeah, that's my father.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, so the one at the drum kit, that's actually a family friend of mine. His name's Jerry Ballard. He's going to be drumming for me from now on. I'm in cahoots with somebody for the bass and stuff like that, trying to actually get out there and do some full-size gigs, full band gigs, stuff like that, just kind of get more experience with that, before. So actually about 3 years ago, I was in Nashville, in Arkansas, just kind of in between, just doing different random gigs and stuff like that. I moved out there for it, kind of got homesick. And then, the music scene in Nashville is not all it's cut out to be. A lot of wrongdoing.
What you talking about, Gage? I heard that's the music capital of the world, or one of them anyway.
Yeah, technically it is. I mean, you've got pretty much everything you would want there music-wise, but when it comes to, your own separate views and opinions on things and how things should be and shouldn't be and what people should be doing and shouldn't be doing, I mean, a lot of it went way over my views and my, what I believe is right and wrong. So I came back to Texas, completely gave up on music. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore because I don't want to end up in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Doing wrong by other people for the simple fact that I'm famous. I don't want that for myself.
Yeah.
So I completely quit music. Started dating my now fiance 2.5 years ago. Her name's Serenity Aslan. Then we got a call from one of my buddies. She was like, "Hey, are you with Gage?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she was like, they're doing an open mic over here at Rhinestone Saloon in downtown Fort Worth. It was a Sunday, and so she was like, "Come on, babe, let's go. You can go up there and do it." I was like, "No, I'm good. I don't want any part in it right now." And she's like, "No, come on, let's go." So I loaded up my guitar. We went up there, and we did it. I ended up enjoying the hell out of it. Chris stopped me on the way out. And he's like, "Hey, I'm manager at the bar, talent recruiter. Love to schedule some gigs with you." So I went ahead and did that. And it's just kind of gone from there. Anthony Black's helping me out a lot, because Texas country music is completely different than being in Nashville.
Well, yeah. Okay. Now I'm getting where you're at from A to B. And that's not a really far distance to get from one place to the other. You can go A to Z. That's a long way to go. A to B, politics can get involved.
Yeah.
You know, when people have opinions, and it's hard to be a part of a band to have 3 or 4 guys or girls that you got to coordinate with, that you got to get along with. It's much easier to be a lone wolf with a guitar and go, go be a hired gun, or go busk, or go do a solo guitar thing like you did over at the Rhinestone Saloon back on July 29. I'm looking at your poster. I told you I'm stalking you, man. I want people to know how to get a hold of you, how to find you. I watch your YouTube videos. You don't have a lot of them, but what you do have, it's you alone with a guitar, singing a song and putting your heart into it and really showing people what you can do. Now, were you singing in church too, or were you in the choir, or was it the band? What?
So I kind of did. I kind of did all of it. I led worship. I kind of jumped around where I wanted to be. If I wanted to be singing, or if I, was praying, and I was like, you know what, I feel that God wants me to sing this song, then I'll get up there and I'll sing with the choir, and I'll lead them in worship. Or if I'm like, you know what, that's not speaking to me today, I'll stick with the piano, or I'll lead service on the piano, or I'll just go play backup guitar for the hell of it, the drums, just kind of wherever. I jumped around kind of depending on how the service was going and how I felt. Sorry, my dog is running around the room.
I like when doggies make a guest appearance on the video. People that are listening to the audio version of this aren't getting the full view, the full concept. The man's a dog lover, and the dog loves him back.
She's a handful.
She just took over the bed. That's what they do. No, but you're talking about going to Nashville, and the people that I've talked to, a lot of the country folk, you have to have some kind of a tie with Nashville, at least a string, a small thread, or else you won't have that community, that country music scene. You can go a little bit further. But you're right, man. Sometimes it's easier to go to your own hometown. I mean, I'm here in Arkansas myself. I don't know why you didn't come by and say hello when you were here, but I will talk about that a little bit later. I'm a Florida boy, got transplanted to or I guess Florida man is the way you're supposed to say it, because those people are crazy down there. But I got transplanted to Arkansas, and I am enjoying the country folk, the people here. I did enjoy the melting pot down in South Florida, but there's a different kind of person. As long as you do right by other people, they're going to do right by you. The community can be really tight knit, and we look out for each other. I don't know much about this COVID. I ain't wear no mask. That kind of thing, but we got a certain way of thinking. And a lot of people do go to church and do go to worship and do learn about singing. I've had my fair share of that as well, and I appreciate it. And, I like reading the Bible, and I like learning things. I like reading anything, but really the Bible's a good book of instructions. And it's a good place to start if you want to start training up somebody. And it sounds like that's what your mom and dad did. Now, your dad, you said he's Gage. I mean, he's the one that took those pictures in that Chris. And now, is he in the music scene as well? Is he into all that? I lost your voice again. Hold on a second. Let's try hitting that. Go.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What's your dad about?
All right. So my dad is not in the music scene. He's actually what is it? A branch manager at a pest control company down here in Texas. My mom works for hospice. My fiance is currently a stay-at-home fiance.
I like that. My wife, let's see, before she was my wife, she worked in the hospital and, like administration and stuff like that. But as soon as she got pregnant with her firstborn, I said, go ahead and quit work. I'm going to go ahead and, make you a stay-at-home mom if that's what she wants to do. And she did. And she's doing great. I appreciate that. I work twice as hard so she can stay home, and really, she puts up with me. She's out there cooking dinner and taking care of the kid, and that's a wonderful thing. Housewives are a dying breed. It's a traditional family where dad goes off to work. Yeah, he doesn't see his family all that much, and then mom stays home and takes care of the house and the kids and the bills and what have you. Right?
Yeah.
Tradition. But I mean, there's a thing to be said about people going, to dual income with no kids. Dink, I think is what it is. You go off. Yeah. If she goes off and gets a job, maybe you make a little pile of money and it helps you get ahead a little bit. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Two schools of thought.
Totally right.
What do you think?
Yeah. When I was, I can't give an exact age, somewhere between 6 and 7. It's kind of when I realized, like, one day I want to have a family. And one of my biggest goals as a man is for my wife to eventually be able to, choose whether she wants to go to work or wants to stay at home. I want her to know that if she does not want to go to work, like, I'm there and I'm able to support her and I'm able to make those, the moves that have to be made in order to make bills and stuff like that if she does not want to work. But,
well, I tell you, you say not work. If she's at home taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, that's a job that I do not want.
No, you're right.
I do not want that job. I think housewife is probably the hardest job in the whole wide world. Yeah, I go out there and I'll rock the house. I'll play the music for the people, and I'll get them all, and I'll do my day job. I'll do my Joe job to try to make ends meet. But hey, she works hard, man, and it's traditional family, and what is traditional? What is an American family? There's all kinds of families out there, and with the country music that you're doing, you have the ability to sing about each and every one of those. Every one of those experiences can be put into song. I've been told, well, I've heard, and I do believe. The only people that are speaking truth to power is like comedians, maybe hip hop artists, and country singers. The real ones that are telling stories, like Tony Black, man. That guy writes a song. If I see 2, 3, 4, 5 songs every day coming down my feed of him writing a song that's just a story to be told, I don't know how he's got that many stories that he offers to people like you. I don't know. Do you write your own songs as well?
Yes, sir, I do. I've actually got a couple that are supposed to be released at some point by the end of this month or beginning of next month. Again, something else Tony's actually helping me with. It's kind of helped me out a lot. Ways I didn't think that he'd be able to. It's just like earlier, you said you've got to have some kind of ties with Nashville. I do now, and I'm not, and I don't even have to be there.
Yeah, you hooked up with a good dude.
I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's in my notes. It's who I'm signed up with. So I was never actually. How do I say that? I was never actually a singer-songwriter.
Okay.
I was somebody who posted some videos and all that. He's the one who kind of helped me, go online and get signed up for that. Pay what I had to pay up front, get all that going. I think it was BMI.
Well, this is primarily a learning podcast, so I want to know about that process. When you want to become a singer-songwriter or you want to become a songwriter, you have to sign up for that to actually be official. Because, I mean, anybody can write poetry or write some lyrics, but to make it official, or if you want to be a SoundCloud musician, I guess you could put it out there. But to make it official, you have to join BMI. Is that some kind of a union? Is that a group where you pay dues or something?
So it's kind of cool, actually. So anything you do on there is for you. So, you'll get a BMI number. There's another number that you'll get as well. So anything you do. So once you're on BMI, you're then technically, even if you don't have any music out, you are a singer-songwriter. And the world of music, anyways. people out, doing their jobs and stuff like that might not know of you, but in the world of music in Nashville's eyes, you are a singer songwriter.
And what is the advantage of joining BMI? Do they help you to reclaim your royalties or help you in the business?
All of that, actually. So you'll put your music on there, your lyrics, all of it. They'll give you a number for it. That way, anytime you go on any kind of social media, websites, anything, and you put, hey, new song coming out today, you can put that number right there at the bottom. They can click on it. It'll bring you to any and everything that is yours, your music, and it doesn't matter what platform it is, what social media platform, music platforms, all of it. It will bring all of it up. That's when you would have something, with a picture of you with your apps and stuff like that for all your social media, all that. And you mentioned royalties. It does. All of your royalties from anything, whether it's radio, Apple Music, Pandora, anything, get sent to BMI and direct deposits in your account whenever you want to do it.
Man, Gage Fontenot, it's good to know about the business side of it because it'll eat you alive. Especially, I've heard people go to Nashville, get off the bus, and get offered some kind of a record deal. Of course, this is way back in the 1900s when they had records, and the record producer, people would get off the bus in L.A. and go to Capitol Records, for an example. Not to pick on them. They're probably a good company that has helped out a lot of people. But, some people may not have gotten a good deal from one record company or another. And you hear about those stories. But then you hear about stories of people signing on the dotted line, getting their little bonus check, getting set up for life, and doing quite well for themselves. But that's not how the record business is anymore. They don't sell records, and there's not a unit of an item that they can sell and then you get a piece of it. They sell it for $1, you get 20 cents of it, whatever. Every one of those. Uh-oh. I lost your voice again. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
All right, you got me?
Yes.
All right. So that's actually one of the biggest problems that I had with Nashville while I was there. There's a lot of songs you'll hear. A lot of people like Luke Combs made a song talking about how Willie and all these older country music artists. Cody Johnson had one as well. I think his was called "Country to Me." They write songs about how country used to be and how different it is now, how country music is, and how different the music industry is. And it is completely different now. You're not, when you sign for a record label, you're not signing up to be heard anymore. You're signing up to be a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you like it or not, just about every music label out there is after one thing, is after image. And that image is what makes Nashville, musicians in Nashville thrive. It's not like that over here in Texas at all. It's not about an image. It's about your style, your voice, your skills on an instrument. Mine is definitely not skills on a guitar. I mean, I can play a guitar. I'm chording the whole time. You're not going to see me bust out no lead guitars because I can't do that. But my main thing is my voice. Here in Texas, that's what people focus on. People come to, the bars or the, live shows and stuff like that because they like your voice. They like, if you're up there and you're telling a story, they like to listen to that. Nashville, you're there to party. You're there to hear people who are trying to make it. I mean, that's the difference. And I had no idea because when I was in Texas before I went over there to Arkansas and Nashville, I never tried music here.
Well, I mean, we're talking about the dark side and the light side of music. Yeah. It's fun to get up on stage and be in front of a bunch of people. You've already coordinated with the owner of the club or the bar, what your pay is and what he expects from you. What you're expected to do and what you're going to get paid at the end of the night. That is such a nice transaction. as far as monetarily, because you do, people say, oh, I don't make music for money. I make it because I love it. Yeah, that's one thing, but you got to make a living. If you want to have that nice fiance become your wife and start a family, that you got to have some money coming in the house. That's just that's just capitalism. That's just, the way of the world. We have this concept called money, and you need some of it. So if you're doing something, hey, try to make some money out of it. And it's a good thing you're doing something that you kind of love. I know what is the old adage? Do something you love and make some money out of it. You never work a day in your life. I know I'm paraphrasing, but I like that. I like that you're doing it. But when did you start? Okay, let's do the standard interview questions in 3, 2, 1. When did you first pick up a guitar and start learning how to play music? Well, how old were you?
Guitar, I was 19.
Kind of late in the game for some people.
Yeah, man, I wasn't ever really interested in guitar, actually, if I'm being honest with you. I loved the drums. I've been playing the drums since I was 5 years old. That was the instrument that kind of, got me into it. I loved it. And I'm actually kind of happy that I started with that because my parents and my grandma went in together and they bought me a guitar when I was 4, I think, because I said I wanted to learn it. And I sat down to try to learn it. Hands were too small, so I put it down and I never picked it back up.
Now,
I think I even sold it. I'm pretty sure I brought it to a garage sale and sold it. Went, got a drum set, started playing then, loved it. After that's when we got into the church. I played drums for the church first. That's how I started in the music. I started playing the drums.
How old were you then?
I was 15 the first time I played the drums. Yeah.
Now here's something. Can you sing and play drums at the same time?
I actually can.
Because I watch Phil Collins, and like him, you always giving up one thing for another thing. If you watch B.B. King playing his guitar, he never sings and plays guitar at the same time. It's baby boo boo. Let me tell you a story. Baby boo boo. He's never playing and singing at the same time, which is so hard. But for you as a drummer, my goodness, you got left hand, left foot, right foot, always working in conjunction there. That's wonderful.
Being able to play the drums, actually being able to play the drums actually helps out a lot when it comes to any instrument. Even singing and keeping yourself on beat, so when you're playing the drums, pretty much every time you hit either a tom or a cymbal, you're hitting it to the lyric that just played or to the beat of, in our case at the church, was the piano. That's what you were following. That's what you were doing. So starting at the drums and then going to, piano and singing made it 10 times easier because now I'm singing and I'm keeping that beat in my head the entire song. It doesn't matter if the drummer gets off. I don't need him. He is now there to fill in the rest of the sound, but he's not there to keep me on beat because I've got that up here. Just for the simple fact that I learned how to do that. I learned the drums. A lot of people don't know this, but they'll immediately start with the guitar. Nope. They'll immediately start with the piano. I'm very grateful that I didn't because I started playing the drums. I went home, told my parents I wanted a piano. One of our family friends ended up giving me one, and it didn't take me 2 weeks to learn the piano.
Well, the worth of a drummer, of a bass guitarist, the rhythm section. Very important. Yeah. That's what keeps the music going. That's what keeps people dancing on the dance floor is the rhythm section. Yes, the singer, the guitarist, the piano, the keyboard, that's where you're telling the story. That's where you're getting all the little nuances here. But you got to have that rhythm section to keep it going. Right. Absolutely. Oh, you're so right.
It's so easy, when you actually sit down at a piano, if you know how to play the drums, the only thing you have to learn is what 3 keys make what note. That's it. That's it. All you're doing now is remembering where each chord is on the piano, where each key is, where each note is. You've got down how to play the piano itself, because every time you hit a tom, you're hitting one of those keys. Every time they hit every time you would hit a crash or a snare, anything in the drum kit, you're hitting a key with one of your other fingers. Every single time. Every time you would hit. So you're playing the drums with your fingers when you're playing the piano. You're just using keys instead of, using drumsticks and drums.
No, I've always been fascinated by watching the drummers, watching Mick Fleetwood or watching, Rush. Oh, my goodness. I had an uncle that used to play drums. Oh, yeah. I mean, even Tommy Lee doing his theatrics, going upside down with the drums. Some of these drummers. Okay. Now, there was a front man that had a drum set, and he was probably the only one that I ever saw where he set up his drums in the center, in the front, while he was singing and drumming. Yeah. And then he had his rhythm, his bass on one side and his lead guitar on the other side and his rhythm guitar on the other side. So he was set up in the middle because he was the front man and the drummer. I mean, this is something that you could do for sure. It was just so odd and so special to see. He even had the drum kind of leaned forward at some kind of a degree. I'm not sure how good that is for your back, but after a while, you're going to get tired of sitting at an angle 5 degrees, 10 degrees forward. But my goodness, have you thought about doing something like that?
I'll be honest with you, I have not.
No, but do you still drum every day? You still play guitar every day? What are the instruments that you're picking up weekly?
Just my guitar. I actually don't have a piano anymore. I left my keyboard in Arkansas. I know. I had no way of getting it back, though. Absolutely no way. At the time, I was driving a really small car. And so I had no way to get everything back. So I took one of my guitars back with me. I do not have a drum kit anymore. My uncle, or he's pretty much my uncle, he's a family friend of ours, just got a drum set. So I've been over, we've been over there playing on it and stuff like that. But the main thing I picked up every day is the guitar. It's just kind of hard for me with the guitar. I didn't have no one to teach me. I'm self-taught on every instrument that I play. And the guitar, unfortunately, I self-taught myself how to chord. I taught myself how to play by ear, but by chords. I didn't teach myself how to play by notes on the guitar. Piano is different. I can play chord, note, whatever. But the guitar, I didn't teach myself like that, which is, again, unfortunate because I can't just look at a chart and take off.
Well, that makes it hard on a songwriter. If you don't know how to write the chords and stuff like that, or you don't know what chord it is you just played, how are you going to tell somebody how to play this song? Yeah. Oh, how did you play that? I don't know. So, I just did my hands like this.
So the chords, I know the chords. It's the individual notes in like sheet music. So take a violin player, a violinist, you see their sheet music, you've got all these different little notes, treble notes, all kind of stuff. I didn't teach myself how to do that with guitar.
Right.
Chords, I've got chords. I can look at a chord, play it. I can look at somebody playing the chords on a guitar and match it. I can harmonize with the chords. I can do all that. It's just I am restricted by chords and chords only. The piano, you can either put sheet music in front of me and I can play it, or you can put just chords and lyrics and I can play it. That I'm pretty versatile on. But the guitar, I'm sadly stuck in one area.
Well, I mean, there's some really quote unquote famous people that have gotten to that next level. Okay. Yes. You've gotten to this level. People that have gotten to that next level that, taught themselves how to play guitar and really couldn't relay. How did you play that note? How did you get that sound out of your guitar? They've tuned it. They've tuned the guitar by ear to itself, not using a tuner. It's just the way they've always done it. It feels good to them. It makes the sound that they want to get out of that guitar. and you'll come up with something so interesting, so different. I know there's only, what is it, 12 chords that you can get out of a guitar. It's just, what is it, flat? Is it, but I don't even know how to play guitar, but it's like 12 chords. How many ways can you put those 12 chords together?
Yeah. So it's cool. There's a ton of ways with this. But if you actually take those 12 chords and you use them on every fret on that guitar, you're looking at hundreds of chords.
Yes.
Just because there's different variations of each one on different frets.
Cool. All right. So the most versatile instrument for you, what are you most excellent on it? The drums, the piano, the guitar.
Oh, piano all the way. Piano, the drums I played for fun. Piano I played when I was angry, when I was sad. Any kind of emotion I felt, I poured it into the piano. The piano is something that I love to do. I've always loved the sound that a piano makes. It's by far my favorite instrument.
All right, somebody get this guy a piano. He needs a piano. Where are you at? Where you at down there in Texas?
Mansfield.
Yeah, somebody bring one down there for him. I got this full piano out there. My daughter plays it. My wife kind of plays it a little bit. I'm so glad that I have it. I can't play a lick on it, but I know that the piano, it feels like that is the key to every other instrument. If you can play piano, the greats played piano, Beethoven and Mozart, and then these guys that composed music that we're still talking about 500 years later. They composed it on the piano and put it all together. I'm hopeful that Gage Fontenot has a song that he puts out, and 500 years later they're still playing it, they're still digging it, they're still loving it. Oh yeah. Of course, some of these kids, I guess genetics, some of them might live 500 years. Would you want to live 500 years? That's crazy.
No, I don't think I would. The way this world's going right now, I'm good. You count me out at, you give me another 20 years past what I am right now, and I'll be I'll be perfectly.
I think you got plenty more years, man. You got another 100 years in you to give us some more of this good Gage Fontenot music. Now, all right. Now I'm looking for the music that is original music. Do you have any of that you put out already?
I have not. So because I just kind of got signed up with BMI and stuff like that a couple months ago. I think 2 months exactly today or yesterday. Mm-hmm. One of those. Or actually tomorrow. Tuesday. So tomorrow would be 2 months exactly. Because of that, I would like to get everything, all of it. I'd like to get put on BMI. That way it's all, because BMI also does all the copywriting for you. As soon as you put it on there, it's copyright.
Yeah, I know people mail themselves things, so that's kind of a copyright. So if you have something that you're paying for, a nice service that can help you to make it legit.
Yeah, and it's actually cool because it's only one payment. It's an $80 payment up front. And that's it. You don't pay on it the rest of your life. That
sounds like a bargain to me. I know I'm paying every year for some of my services that I use for DJing. Now, hey, what's it going to take to record that music? I see that you're friends with Tony Black and Donnie Hammonds. Yeah. I've had them both on the podcast. I think Tony's been on several times, but Donnie, he's got his own little studio there, man. That's doing great things.
They are both actually helping me with that. I just got a demo back of the instrumental for one of the songs that Tony and I co-wrote.
Yes.
So I just got the demo back for the instrumental for that. We're expecting, for that one at least to be, out for people to listen to. I'm hoping by the end of this month, beginning of next month, then, probably give a couple week, 2-3 week difference and then put another one out. There's 2 in the studio right now. So
yeah, take your time. I mean, I know they're magicians. I know Donnie himself. Yeah. He's definitely a magician when he gets on those boards there. You need somebody like that to mix and master. You can only go so far on your own. There's a few people that can play the music, mix it down, master it themselves, make it sound great in a car stereo or in your headphones. It's just man, it's a rare person that can do it all. But hey, keep concentrating on the singing and the songwriting and the gigging. Are you going to be doing some more gigs? That one, it looks like your girlfriend / fiance, future ex-girlfriend, future wife will be is steering you in the right direction, sending you out to gigs. Go make me some money, honey. No, but
pretty much. Yeah.
You got this.
Sounds right.
Well, you got this skill that people want. People are amazed by. You can change minds. People don't want to get out of in front of their big screen TVs, but they'll do it for a Gage Fontenot show.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping. Now, okay, because there are a lot of Gage Fontenots, I want to give you a bit of advice from A to Z. The branding, that is what record producers or record labels or promoters, that's when the vultures, okay, they don't want to sign you and help you build your brand. They want you to already have a brand and then try to hone in on that and maybe make it better. So your brand, I told you there's a bunch of Gage Fontenots out there. Use your middle name. Gage, what is it, K Fontenot? Yeah, there. That is your brand. Gage K Fontenot. Every social media out there. I see you're even on TikTok. These kids are on TikTok doing these things, man. That's great, playing music out there.
If I'm being honest with you, I haven't posted or even had TikTok for a while now. I completely stopped with TikTok. There's a couple of videos on there that you'll see that I got some pretty good views, pretty good amount of likes and comments and stuff like that. But the fact that there's an algorithm that you have to hit spot on to be able to even get where people can see you, I don't like it. I think that, I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I see these people that, look, I'm not prideful at all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a very humble person.
Oh, yeah.
But I know I'm not horrible.
No.
You know what I mean? And so when I get on TikTok and I see these people that absolutely cannot, hey, try, you know what I mean? But I think that everybody should be given the same shot that they're given with that, not just because they hit an algorithm, because, you know what I mean? And I don't like that about it. I don't think that I should have to work.
It's tough. It really is. Back when Google first started way back in the 1900s, and I was building a website, trying to get my keywords up, making sure that people could see me. It was a little bit easier. And then algorithms, robots started taking over, and it changed everything. Now you got to have this keyword and this page and that page, and it's really tough. But all you can do really as an artist is just put it out there, and at least your friends are going to see it when they're on your Facebook, and your really good friends are going to give it a like and give it a share, and make sure that some other eyeballs and ears get on the Gage Fontenot train. Okay. And make sure that more people, stuff like this that you're doing. Yeah. I don't know how many people are going to be watching this or even listening to this podcast, but it's a few more than zero. And that's going to help you get that much further. I want you to get to the next level. I talked to Tony, and he has a good way of saying it. He claps, clap for that person, clap for that person that's given a try. Yes, that one's got more views than you. Oh, well, boo-hoo, okay? Clap for them. I'm glad they're doing well, all right? Maybe they'll reach back and they'll help me out. Give me a share, give me a like, and have their viewers see you. And the good ones will. And that's a beautiful thing. We're supposed to be helping each other. Once we get to a certain level, I see Tony, I see Donnie, they're helping you get to that next level. I see your girlfriend, fiance, getting you to that next level. I see your puppy giving you love. Getting to that next level, you got to have that puppy love too. Yeah. But my goodness. All right. So How are people? Do you have any more gigs? What's on the horizon? What is next for Gage Fontenot?
Yes, I do. I don't have any full band gigs booked yet. Still working on that. You know how over here in Texas with the full band gigs, it's kind of hard to get in. Everyone's pretty much booked when it comes to that. Booked pretty far out. So I do have scheduled. I've got one I've got one next Tuesday. I'm doing a song swap with a buddy of mine who wanted me to help him. So we're going to go over there and do a song swap with him. The 8th of next month, I've got a show, and then one each month for the next 3 months after that scheduled. Now, as far as not scheduled, sporadic. I usually have 4 or 5 of them a month. It all depends on who's showing up and who's not.
Yeah, I mean,
which is fine with me because it gets my foot in the door at these different places. They hear me and they're like, "Hey, we want you back. Who does your booking?" And so I tell them, talk to Chris. You know what I mean? Let him know that you want me back, and he'll send me back. And so it.
Yeah, it sounds like you impressed the booker over at the Rhinestone Saloon so much that he said, "Hey, let's get some gigs." Did anything pan out of that? Are you still in the talks?
I still play them. At least once or twice a month. He does all my bookings for everywhere now.
Oh, so Chris, who is it that's doing your bookings?
Chris.
Chris what? Okay. Where do we find out about you? Where can my loyal listener go and chase you down? I want you to have more stalkers, Gage Fontenot. I'm sorry, not stalkers, groupies. That's what I meant. Fans.
Right now, as far as social media goes, you can go to Facebook and you can go to Gage Fontenot Music. That's pretty much my social media right now. I'm trying to expand and build on and stuff like that, just time-wise. Haven't had a lot of it with my full-time job. I work 12, 13 hours a day, come home, and I'm tired, man.
I believe it.
So I haven't really had a lot of time to make these other profiles and stuff like that on social media. But I do have a Facebook music page that I am going off of and working out of right now. Tony and all them are helping me out with that. They're setting all that up. They're helping me get a logo ready, get all that stuff going. And it's all working out. And it's coming a lot faster than I thought it would. It's just kind of a waiting game now, man. You know what I mean? Showing up, doing my part, doing the best that I can do, and hoping that people appreciate it.
Well, that's a tough thing now is people got to see you. You got to have photos up there. You got to have social media presence. You got to have little clips of your music. Hey, today I'm out at this barbecue joint and I'm having some food. I'm driving this car. You got to show people. People don't want to just hear your song. They want to know about you. And I see you have the personal page, but this one, the gage.fontenot.music, that's the one. That's the good place for my loyal listener to go follow you around on Facebook. And then if you don't want to use your middle name, do that. Make it Gage Fontenot Music, all smashed together. That's your brand. Hold on a second. This sound keeps going out. Go.
So that's what it's supposed to be now, is Gage Fontenot Music. It's just my YouTube. I made that a long time ago when I was actually fiddling around with some stuff. I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start a band. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to call it Southern Ways and spell it, Southern and then Ways, W-A-Y-Z. Like, I'm going to, and all my songs are going to be about the ways the country should be and blah, 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 and then I was like, that's not realistic.
Or maybe it is. Or maybe it is.
Not for me. Yeah, that's not what I'm about. I like truth. I like singing about truth. I like expressing myself in music. But as far as that goes, that's not my path.
Well, I mean, you're in Texas. Is that West Texas, East Texas? Where are you at? Where exactly? Approximately. Where's the next big town?
Pretty much smack dab in the middle of it. I'm probably 20 minutes south of downtown Fort Worth.
Gotcha. All right. Now we know approximately where you're at. So when you're playing, are you looking to be a touring musician going all over the world, or you think you're going to do?
I do want to do that. I want to eventually be doing this full time. It's one of the only things that I enjoy doing. I mean, man, I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, it's been my dream to do this since I can't tell you what age. I mean,
well, at least 7 or 8 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I used to. Some people might, talk bad about this, but I used to follow Justin Bieber around like a puppet, dude. I'm like, what is he doing? Because
that guy had a good start.
When I was in middle school, that dude was what, 12, 13?
Yes.
Like, how is that working? Like, how's he doing?
How'd he do it? He kept putting it out on YouTube, putting some good product out there, combing his hair a certain way, making sure that everybody saw that he was in style or being a trendsetter. You have to have your views, your style. And I think you're going to have people that are going to be just like you or connect with you. And you're going to have, that's going to be your base. That's going to be the people that start the Gage Fontenot Express, if you will, Yeah. But I noticed your YouTube is Gage K Fontenot. So people look that up, check out those 5 videos on there, and you'll see that you're wailing your little heart out, singing some covers and doing it. Are there any of those originals, or they're all covers?
There might be an original on there. I don't know if I added it or not, because at that time it was not copyright. None of it was under copyright. You can look right now. Is there one on there that says "Know Somebody"?
I got E. Matt Mason doing this, Boots on a Dance Floor, Rockin' a Hard Place, and Red Dirt Road, which is a beautiful song. And you're talking about growing up in the church and stuff like that. That is one that's really your heart was pouring out on that one.
Yeah. No, then it's not on there. None of my originals were trademarked. I didn't want to put them out for people to take and stuff like that, because when I would play it, in front of a big group of people I didn't know, they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
That one in particular, the song "Know Somebody," I have not even taken that one to studio yet. Kind of trying to wait for the correct time, the right time. That is definitely one of the songs I want to put out after, I kind of test the waters with some other songs, get going, see what people are responding to and not responding to, because it is a song that everybody likes. It really is. Once they've listened to it, they're like, oh, wow, like, we absolutely love that song. When are you going to put it out and release it? I'm like, don't know yet.
Well, I'm glad you're really mindful of the business side of it, because really, I don't want anybody stealing from you as well. But once you play the song out into the world, once you put it out there, isn't that a copyright? I don't know about the business side. Can somebody steal it if you're singing it? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, go.
They can still take that song.
I did not know this.
Yeah, because then it's someone else's word against yours.
Wow. I see Tony putting out all his lyrics out on screen.
Yeah, so they are, if you look down at the bottom of them, there is a number under it. At the bottom of all the lyrics.
Gotcha.
This is BMI number. All of it is copyright. Very
good. Well, it looks like you're heading in the right direction. You got a good head on your shoulders, and you didn't even go to school for this. You're surrounding yourself with some good people that are going to help you get to that next level.
This is really all Tony Black. Shout out to him, man. Anything I know right now is because of him. He's been the one helping me the whole time. Holding my hand, kind of trying to guide me through what I need to do, what I need to be doing, what to look out for, what to watch out for, what to be careful with.
Well, being a touring musician is really hard on a family. But what does Serenity think about all this?
She's down for it, man. So we want to be able to travel. We want to be able to do these things. Why, we had a slight conversation about all that. And, my idea of it is somehow do the schooling on the road.
Yeah.
Whether we have to hire someone to come with us and, do the schooling that way, something, because I feel like that's the easiest way to travel. If I'm already out doing it, come along, like travel, enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Let's do this as a family. That's kind of what I want. But I also know that having a family and doing that at the same time, in some situations, in some cases, can be, non-realistic. And if that's it, so be it. Then I'm gonna find a different way to do, what I need to do and what I love. Hopefully, by that time, I will be with a record label. I will be with somebody who's helping me do all that and who's, helping me get big as I want and stuff like that. And that won't be an issue. So it's just a hope game,
Yeah, I still see musicians on the music channels doing their stories or documentaries, and they're living on a bus and just loving it, loving life, going from town to town, doing their thing on a big old tour bus. And you look at some of these buses, man, they're $100,000, $200,000, and they got they're a house on wheels. Somebody's driving a building, and that'd be a dream. That'd be a wonderful thing. Yeah. There's plenty of things to see in this country, and even North America, farther up into Canada, or down further south into old Mexico, and down below, wherever the road takes you. And you could sing that Gage Fontenot music to the people. I could see doing that, and set your lady up as your photographer and videographer. That way you can get some more pictures out there, because I need some more pictures. Yeah. I got I'm looking at your main page, and I could count 7 pictures, 7, and most of them are flyers, and a few of them are of your girl. Yeah, so you're very proud of her, and that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Sounds like you're going to go far.
So I've got some other pictures and stuff like that. I just started that my music page on Facebook not that long ago, actually. Maybe 2 months ago at that. So, I post when I'm, wanting to do something random or something like that. I've been waiting for these songs to come back, because I'd like to actually test the waters with it, acoustic, put it out there on Facebook, get people to see what they think. Go live with it, just like, hey guys, I'm trying to, I'd like to test the waters with this song. Tell me what you think. Before I put the whole thing,
little snippets, get all dressed up, get in your good clothes, and stand up in your kitchen or your living room or whatever, and have your girl point a camera at you, or put it on a little tripod. And get some more content out there. Ooh, I said that word. I hate the word content, but get some more of you out there, because the people got to know. The people, that's how you get to that next level these days. It's not cutting a record so much, and it's performing live. Make sure that you're performing live. I hope that people are going to be at least in the Fort Worth area are going to be checking you out over the next few weeks, and following you around on your gage.fontenot.music on Facebook. And that's where you'll put out all your little flyers and tell people where to go. Where do you go this weekend to see some Gage, right? Or even Tuesday, right? A random Tuesday. Well, all right. Hey, I'm sorry about these technical difficulties. I'll do what I can to cut this together. I'm not much on editing. I like the people to hear it raw. But usually I finish these things off. Let's see. I know I've taken some of your time. I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. I want us to talk whenever you got something going. You got a new song coming out. You come on back and you chit chat with me for a little bit. We'll see if we can get you some more ears. But I want you to give some shout outs to people that have helped you along the way. I know you've given some. You can say their names again if you want, and let people know who's helping you get to the next level.
Yeah, definitely shout out to my fiance. I wouldn't have got back into this if it wasn't for her. My parents, my mom, my dad. They've supported me the entire time, the entire road. They've helped me with music equipment. They've helped me with things that I needed, to be able to succeed in this genre, even though this isn't a guaranteed thing. You know what I mean? They still had some faith in me and have helped me a lot. Again, shout out to Tony and that entire crew over there, his wife, His wife is helping me out a lot too.
Lorna's great.
Everything's good. Yes, she is. Chris, the entire Rhinestone Bar. Shout out to all them. They're great people. You want a bar that doesn't have drama, no fighting? Go hang out there. You can go, you can drink, you can have a good time, listen to live music, but there ain't no bullshit. It's the perfect place to be, man. I mean, it really is. Great bar, great people. Love playing for them. I love hanging out with them.
Yeah, that might end up being your home base. There's a lot of times when you get a singer, a songwriter, or a musician, or even a group of musicians, they always want to come back to that one place, and that might be your home place, at least for now. But I think you got a good thing going over there. They seem to like you, and you've impressed them, and that's what you need: a good group of people sitting in front of you, just getting that good vibe from what you're putting out. They came out to go to have some fun and take a listen and change their moods, because they've been working their Joe jobs all day long. The soul's getting sucked out of them. Yeah. So they want to unwind a little bit. And what better way to unwind with a little Gage Fontenot? That's beautiful. All right, my man. Well, I always finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be like words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, or maybe a mantra that you wake up with every morning, or whatever.
There's something.
Whatever gets in your.
There's something that I live by that I try to tell myself every morning. When I wake up, don't always follow through with it, because it's something that's kind of hard to follow through with if you're human, which everybody should be. So my grandma used to tell me, it's don't see the woods for the trees. Basically, don't stand on the outside of the woods and look at it and say, oh, it's just trees. Walk in there and explore. Walk in there and see what you're missing.
Well, there you have it, party people. Gage Fontenot out there in the Fort Worth area. Go check out a show. Yeah, the place to find him, the best place, is going to be on that Facebook page, facebook.com, of course, /Gage.Fontenot, Fontenot. So it looks like Fontenot. So, but pronounce it Fontenot. Gage.Fontenot.music. So find that on YouTube and follow him around. Give him a like, give him a follow. And he's got his YouTube page set up, Gage K Fontenot. Gage K Fontenot. And then he says he doesn't do much on the TikTok, but there's still quite a bit of good videos there showcasing what he can do. And that's at gage.f_music on the TikTok. I got all those links in the show notes, so check those out. And give me a like and subscribe, and give him a like and subscribe, and share all this good content, all this good stuff, good music. Make sure all your friends know about Gage Fontenot. Thank you very much for being on the podcast, What Makes You Famous. Now that's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. But if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email KeysDAN@AOL.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.